if we may use Raila Odinga as a representation or a representative of the executive arm of government, are we seeing a lack of trust now that the executive feels they need to intervene earlier before the matter goes to the Senate, because they no longer have the kind of influence they had on the on the houses of parliament because of the pronouncements the president made the other day?
The interferences themselves, they are misuse of power. I would say that. When this morning Raila or his handlers, after reading this headline in the Nation newspaper, by now, before going to their air, they should have called a press conference and Raila himself disassociate himself from these said acts. Because when we have a former prime minister, an associate of the president of the Republic of Kenya, coming out or displayed that is the one who is trying to save a governor from whichever part of this country, that is interference with the independence of counties. Remember, when we went for election 2022, Raila was garnering for the presidency. Sakaja was garnering for governor. So they are at no point were they consulting one of the other, or they did need not to agree on how to do their campaigns. Nairobi is a full county, and Sakaja was elected on Kenya Kwanza ticket. However, as we moved along, there was birthed broad-based government, which Raila is part of it. Where Raila is, I like the way you've put it, is part of the executive, is no longer the official opposition leader.
But is he elected? Is he elected?
Wakili is not elected.
Is in government supposed to be then for the political party that is elected? I'm sorry to interject.
No, we will come.
The water is too much. We don't understand the system we have.
Wakili, I will come to that. But now that he has interjected, let me first of all go to something before I forget what he mentioned about a statute that does not exist, that governs on the processes or the threshold of impeaching the governor. I like that argument because you cannot impeach governor based on standing orders, because standing orders cannot substitute the law itself. Maybe with his team, and it's quite unfortunate that he had to wait for this long to come and speak as strong as he has spoken. I hope his colleagues have picked that any governor that has been impeached in the past, including Tsongo, there was no law that...
But can you imagine, I'm sorry again, can you imagine, we raised that before the Senate, we raised that before the High Court, we raised that before the Court of Appeal, we raised that before the Supreme Court. What do all these courts, the hierarchy of the courts say? They are all silent on it. I'm sorry to interrupt. But 15 years down the line,